Hello, thanks for your patience, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm Cody Kraz, and I'm going to be bringing you guys this playoff matchup, Div C West, between Sidestep and PsychoSwarm. This is, if you've been following my stream at all, you've seen PsychoSwarm the last couple days. They fought their way up through the wildcard weekend, and valiantly placed 7th, and Sidestep here is the 2 seed now. So, the two will be dueling in a best of 3. Game 1 is going to be on Battlefield of Eternity, and the teams are ready to party. I'm excited. Some people are already showing up in chat. Beast Mode Marlin, who is excited for the match, and Kaiser says, "Go team, go." Teams are ready. I'm ready. Let's do this thing. Yeah, quick shout-outs to EO Hots again. Thank you so much for the bits the other night. That was awesome. Old Pro 87 and Gino DLC. Thank you so much for the follows. I really appreciate that. So let's see here. Game 1 is on Battlefield of Eternity. So, keep an eye out for teams to maybe draft slightly differently than you see for a normal map. They'll lean into what we kind of call race compositions. 2, burn down the immortals in the center of the map during the objective phase of this map. This map is a 2-lane map, so you'll see usually a strong solo laner. Artanis is actually surprisingly good on this map because of his level 1 talent, Amateur Opponent, and he's a solid enough solo laner. Other than that, pretty much all the meta heroes still going to be good here. Tyrande, Whitemane, Raynor, Phoenix. And right out the gate, we have a Chokeall ban from PsychoSwarm. That is a straight up respect ban, keeping the double-headed Ogre Thug out of this matchup. Definitely not a meta hero, but absolutely in the right hands in a coordinated setting. He's tough to deal with, even after that nerf to his level 16 talents. Time to kill him with craziness, says Professor Bobo. Welcome to the stream, bud. Thanks for tuning in. Kerrigan gets banned out. Kerrigan, after her recently rework, has shot right up to the top of a lot of drafts. Seeing a lot of bans, seeing a lot of first picks. She's significantly tankier than she used to be, which really bodes well for a melee hero with a bit of mobility like her. I think that's a strong ban. Both teams looking good so far in the draft phase. The second ban here from PsychoSwarm is going to be Deckard Cain, one of the top meta heroes up there, or healers, pardon me, up there with Whitemane, and yeah, really those are the two. That's like the king and queen of the healer pyramid at the moment. Tyrande also looks super strong right now, taking away that zone control that Deckard gives, and then Genji going to be the ban. Uesio Zuva says, "Go PsychoSwarms." Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the bits, Professor Bobo. It's super cool. Thank you so much. Li Ming is the first pick on PsychoSwarm's side. She has the range to be tossing in the orbs from afar. Really just chunking down the immortal. Beast Mode Marlin, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the squad. Yeah, Sonya Hanzo are the picks from Sidestep. Hanzo, maybe the best immortal race in the scene right now. His scatter arrows just all mangle the immortal. And Sonya, strong solo laner, going to be able to pick up the camps too. Tyrande and Muradin are the pickups on the side of PsychoSwarm. Muradin's just kind of the staple, does everything tank. He attack, he protect, he gain health. He does it all. He's got good CC. Excellent brawler, one of my favorite tanks to play. And Tyrande reworked into a solo support type healer now, and people seem to really enjoy her. She's strong, but not, I don't know, in my opinion, she's not OP. She's just strong. Got a nice stun for follow-up in combos and coordinated play. I think she looks good. Got the Blaze ban out. Kind of narrow the solo lane options there against the Sonya in the top lane. Urel is still on the board, though. And we'll see PsychoSwarm probably looking to ban out a healer, maybe a tank, since they already have Muradin. Maybe take away the Garrosh. And take away the Diablo. I think that is a solid ban. Yeah, Diablo, especially with Phoenix still on the board too, like Lightning Breath into the Purification Salvo from Phoenix is just, it's brutal. It's been a staple of combos all year in NGS, and I wouldn't have really expected that to change. There's the Garrosh. I talked about maybe banning that. He makes it through the draft. The War Chief going to be tossing foes all over the battlefield. And Brightwing with a polymorph, she's also been reworked alongside Tyrande. Brightwing, I think maybe not quite at the power level of Tyrande, but she does have the very impactful polymorph. Just a long silence makes you utterly ineffective for, I don't know, about a second. And she's got a global, so she can be doing some offlane soaking before fights if that's what's going to happen. Snagganane with the party 11 coming in through with a raid. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. Hope you had a great cast. Guys, you are all watching a Div C West playoff game here between Sidestep and PsychoSwarm. Just starting off. Beast Mode Marlin's glad to be here. Yeah, I'm happy you're here too. We have Malthael Zeratul rounding out the draft for PsychoSwarm. Malthael, the percent damage is capped, so it's not absurd against the Immortal, but it's still very strong. He's going to probably be the solo laner up there against the Sonya, and Malthael does do very well into the Sonya. Zeratul is going to be the excellent finisher. Not a lot of poke damage too, alongside Li Ming, kind of depending on how he's playing. And Junkrat's the final choice there from Sidestep. I worry a bit on the side of Sidestep. They don't really have a true finisher. Hanzo, if he's landing his arrows, is just going to put out plenty of damage. But it looks like the real win condition here for Sidestep is just win the Immortal phase. You know, out damage your opponent, zone him away with Junkrat, zone him away with Hanzo, and then like burn it with Hanzo. Whereas PsychoSwarm, they have a decent amount of race with the Tyrande, but other than that, it's like Tyrande Li Ming is their real race there. Zeratul has some auto attacks. PsychoSwarm's draft though screams danger. Like if they get in a real hard team fight, they get a kill that Li Ming gets the resets, and it gets kind of scary. She can single-handedly win a team fight as soon as the first person falls if things go her way, and they very well might. So keep an eye out for explosive team fights from PsychoSwarm in this match. So on the left here, in the blue, we have Sidestep. It's going to be Kelvs on the Garrosh, Robin Thicke on the Sonya. Got Doosting on the Junkrat. Not to Nose on the Hanzo, and Judai Panda on the Brightwing. On the right and red, we have PsychoSwarm here. Magic Walrus is going to be locking down the solo lane as Malthael. Cujo on this Zeratul. Bremolo on the Tyrande. Kaiser on the Muradin, and Cheese Sticks on the Li Ming. Timer counts down, and the match is about to start. Here's your level 1 talents. Looks like we've got Force Armor from the Li Ming. Interesting. Tyrande's gone with a Spell Armor talent. Muradin with Perfect Storm. Cleave build from the Zeratul on a Pale Horse from Malthael. It's kind of an interesting choice there. There's not... usually that's picked up for the quick rotations between two lanes so we can double soak. Only the two lanes on this map. Everything else looking fairly standard, though we do have the Q talent at level 1 from Hanzo. Kind of an interesting choice there, especially given that presumably they drafted him for the race. We'll see how that works out. Brightwing's gone Hyper Shift at 1. Checking in on top lane, we have a gang potentially coming out here onto the Sonya. Cujo and Magic Walrus doing their thing. Chuck her down to half, but Brightwing has a teleport up. Sonya's going to be just fine. Back here to the bottom lane, stun Orb lands onto Not to Nose. He's going to back off on that Hanzo. He doesn't have his Brightwing pal here because she had to face Chef Top. She's flooping her way back down. I did cut my hair, Shenanigans. Thank you for noticing. I donated it all to Wigs for Kids, an excellent charity org. You're taking back your raid. Ugh, rude. I gave it to charity, man. Anywho, First Blood does come out there. While Shenanigans was roasting me for cutting my hair. Muradin fell on the side of PsychoSwarm. Dorf got himself in just a bit too deep. In the top lane, it looks like Malthael and Sonya, trading blow for blow so far. And we're getting some siege damage onto this bottom mall. So yeah, we're about to the 2-minute mark. Real soon here, you might see a team try to pressure one of the north or south siege camps. Most likely, though, they'll just be, with a team not having a major advantage here, They're going to heal up a little bit, find the hard camps, those shaman camps, get them pushing at about the 230 mark here. Get them shoving. Oh! Sidestep has decided they have enough advantage. They're going to try to get this bottom camp. Kaiser has to Dwarf Toss on out of there before he gets blown up by Tyrande and Junkrat. And yeah, I'm not seeing... Neither team has moved towards their shaman camp. Those shaman camps so impactful. It's hard for the towers alone to take them out. They demand a response from the team. Now Brightwing and Garrosh shoving on over to their hards. And PsychoSwarm's going to move to theirs as well. Fours are picked up by both sides. Leeming staying with the Arcane Missiles build. Tyrande gone with Lunar Blaze for the Lunar Flare quest. Muradin's gone Sledgehammer, getting that race value. Looks like both teams going to go ahead and try to race for this first half. Zeratul looking at the bottom lane. He's going to be clearing that lane. And it looks like Sidestep is just ahead in this race. And I take it back. PsychoSwarm come... Or no, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Sidestep up about 1,000 damage. Looks like they're positioning just to race again, though. Hanzo is stuck with the Q build. But it looks like that still does give them enough burn. Sidestep takes the first Immortal of the game. And this top here, PsychoSwarm has gotten a decent amount of damage onto the towers with that Merc camp that they took before the phase. There was no response to it before the Immortal was done by Sidestep. Sidestep and PsychoSwarm, I'm going to be just twisting my own tongue a whole bunch today. I apologize for that. For some reason, those words sound the same in my head. Cujo poking out. Shield of the Mortal gets burned off. It moves up into melee range now. Kaiser has to Dwarf Toss on out. He was getting punished. Cujo gets dropped down to a 3rd health. He backs on out. Sonya and Malthael doing... Oh, Malthael's getting dropped super low in the bottom lane. He might fall here. He has to back on off. He does not have tap available. He's going to just go ahead and full back. Cujo gets booped on in here by the Junkrat mine. But the Immortal falls. Taking not much more than a front wall. That seems about right, though, for the first Immortal. No surprises there. Cujo working on smashing through that wave. Junkrat lobbing in grenades like the pesky Australian he is. Kaiser whiffs a Stormbolt. Yeah, no neutral objectives on the map right now. 7s are picked up, however, with a slight lead given by the Immortal. Sidestep locks those in. They've got the standard Garrosh build still going on. Junkrat's gone tricky shuffles there. Got the Ancient Spear upgrade from Sonya. There's a toss on the Bremolo. Junkrat not able to get the root out in time. Kaiser gets booped over the wall by the Junkrat. Bremolo backing off. Gonna make it on out. Hanzo's still scattering away there. He's 2/5 of the way through his level 1 quest. Yeah, Bickle, no AW build on Hanzo. I'm as surprised as you. They took the first Immortal phase anyway, though. God. Zeratul interrupting this rotation puts a bunch of damage on a Not-to-Nose. Not-to-Nose is able to get the natural Geld away, and Zeratul's running out of mana. He gets bullied a little bit by the Brightwing. Brightwing, not a particularly damage-heavy hero. Not going to do much more than tell Cujo, no, go away. Your auto attacks aren't enough here. Although with Cujo gone, the rest of PsychoSwarm step forward. I don't know if they have fully processed that he's gone. Sonya coming in from the bottom, heads up on this flank here. But it's a safe rotation. No dive in the back line. Kelvs is going to go ahead and full back. Not-to-Nose is a little above. He's like 60% health. And here come the Immortals. They're in the north-south positions again, and that means Sidestep has a much better... They have a sooner rotation to the Immortal, just based on positioning. Kaiser going to step up, try to defend it. And he's successful in pushing him back, but Hanzo and Junkrat both display a lot of range. There's a toss by the Garrosh. Kaiser jumps too low. He's able to Dwarf Toss out. He's at 100 health, and... Oh my gosh, Hanzo gets tossed forward, but it's not quite enough. PsychoStep and Sideswarm says Beast Mode Marlin. Damn it. Don't do this to me, kid. Cujo jumps in, spreads some damage around, but they're going to be... Just the 1Q isn't enough to pose a serious threat to Sidestep. And now PsychoSwarm, the Immortals have spawned in defensive positions. PsychoSwarm going to just... Oh. They set up for defense, saw that Sidestep has rotated down to take care of that camp, and they're going to step forward, burn this Immortal, and they're now ahead in the race. Man, lots of value from that bottom camp there. Sidestep's in the race, kind of demanding a team fight, which at the beginning of the match I was saying is probably Storm's favor. But they are slightly down in experience. I'll have to find a pick here. There's Magic Walrus getting tossed in. Stun lands on the Garrosh. Apologize for the dropped frames there. Bobo, go home, you're drunk. Those words don't even make sense. Merdendorf tosses out, then gets tossed around. He's just bouncing around like a kid on a trampoline at a party. Magic Walrus getting chunked out by the Sonya. Yeah, with no auto attacks for Tyrande to be landing in these fights so far, there's not a lot of healing go around. There's Leeming chunking out Kelvs a bit. He's got plenty of armor, plenty of health left. Garrosh is going to be just fine. Dodges the Storm Bolt. Gujo sharking around that left side there, looking for the deep flank. Magic Walrus getting dropped low. He's going to put some damage on the Immortal. Demand a rotation out from. He's probably going to be able to warp up over that wall when the collapse comes on him. There he goes. Kelv's never had to dismount, though. He might have an angle, and there's the wormhole, though. Gets him on out. Oh my gosh, the chase is on. Cujo. Oh, finally finished off by the Hanzo. He's the first to fall, and that's going to give a major advantage here to Sidestep for the next 15 seconds. That should be enough to give them the Immortal and 10s. And now things are starting to look a little rough for for PsychoSwarm. Damage is coming onto the Garrosh, but it's not going to be enough to put any serious threat on him. Magic Walrus gets tossed over. He's in the middle of everything. He's spreading his trade around, but he's dropping super low, and it looks like there's not going to be enough healing from the Tyrande to keep him alive. Lots of low health bars on the side of Sidestep, but PsychoSwarm is not able to win the fight. 10s are online for Sidestep as this Immortal starts shoving in with a bit of a shield. We have Emerald Wind, Dragon Arrow, Leap, Riptire, and Taunt. The Leap's a little surprising. Going to maybe be used to get on that Tyrande is all I can figure. There's the stun Groundbreaker from the Garrosh. The toss over. He taunts the Murden. It's going to take a lot of damage to get through that big boy, and there's not enough on the side of Sidestep to burn him down. But with that threat, the tank has to back off and recharge, and that means the bottom fort is going to be the first structure to fall this game. Ten's almost here for PsychoSwarm, just waiting on those few ticks. But Malthael dies before 10s are reached. He won't be here for another 20 seconds to contribute his last rites to the fight. We also have Void Prison, Shadow Stalk, and 2 heroics that haven't been picked yet, even though there's a fight going on. Murden might fall here if he doesn't get this avatar picked in time to pull it up, and he does finally pick it. He does not fall. Doesn't even have to use it. Tyrande was there with the heals. Used both of her heals on him to keep the big boy alive. And now they have to pick up the scraps. Sidestep still has the advantage, knows that PsychoSwarm is dealing with the remainder of the wave there. They're going to pick up this bottom camp, take that away from PsychoSwarm. PsychoSwarm might be sharking around for a fight here with their Genki Zeratul comp. And so they'll be sticking as a group as much as possible. Keep an eye on that Zeratul on your minimap. I'll be doing my best too as well. We'll see where he moves. It looks like he's coming up for a gank on Sonya. We'll see if he has enough damage here. Magic Walrus baiting him in. Does not land a Death Shroud, and Not to Nose is here. Here comes the right wing. This is about to get ugly. There's the turn. There's the polymorph. There's the Void Prison to disengage, sort of. But oh my gosh, it's a 5-man gank onto a Zeratul. Cujo and Magic Walrus. I apologize about that camera. There comes the jump from the Junkrat. Grenades everywhere. See ya, Malthael. See ya, Zeratul. The reverse gank. Excellently executed by Sidestep. That was nifty. Just excellent macro awareness by them. You know, thinking about, they were just one step ahead. They were like, well, what's the best way for PsychoSwarm to get back into this match? They thought it through, and they did exactly the play to counter it. And that's why they're the 2 seed. You know, just good plays like that. It's been kind of the consistent story of their season, just making solid plays. They're now up 13-11 and a half. They're a talent tier up. They pick up their Shaman camp, while PsychoSwarm is picking up theirs. And the race is on. We've got all 5 members here of Sidestep shoving in on PsychoSwarm's Immortal here. And this is going to be a halftime show. Kaiser, trying to get deep, is able to make the Immortal stun connect, but not much else. It's a safe retreat from Sidestep. They look like they might have gone back to tap. They kind of changed their mind. Robin Thicke steps a little too far forward. Li Ming trying to punish it. There's the cleanse. There's the toss. Last right takes out the Sonya in the fight. Here comes the Riptire. That gets shut down as well. And all of a sudden, PsychoSwarm has a great chance in this fight. They're stepping forward. They're looking at Garrosh, putting out some stuns. Now, Brightwing gets stunned. Brightwing uses the Polymorph on the Muradin. Get them the hell off her. It's not going to be enough. Between Muradin and Zeratul, they body blocked each other from getting the kill. And now the turn onto Zeratul. See ya, bud. He's down. And that's just unfortunate, you know? Oh, it looked like such a good chance for PsychoSwarm to be getting back to this. Now they're caught in deep. They've lost a member. And they're doing their best to salvage this fight. There's a Shaman camp shoving in on the bottom there. Sidestep, even if they don't absolutely win this fight, they're happy to just have this going on. Get that value from the siege, the Shaman camp. Malthael's the next to fall in the fight. He'll be sitting this one out for another 23 seconds. And that means that PsychoSwarm just in a heap of trouble here. They're doing their best to defend as safely as possible. Their mortal's almost down. Robin Thicke hopping in on the Muradin. Muradin gets blown away by Hanzo. Bow and arrow to the back of the head. Can't feel great. Professor Bobo saying the new PsychoSwarm logo is lit. And yes, it is. It's damn pretty. I am a fan. Zeratul comes back from the grave. He finally cleans up the Merc camp in the bottom lane. But it's 15 to 12. And potentially about to get much, much worse. 13s are online for about another minute here until this keep becomes under serious danger. Sonya's gone bottom lane to try to soak up to 16. And if nobody goes to address that soon, she could very well pose as much of a threat as this Immortal. There's the Void Prison. We're looking for the Wombo combo. Li Ming used her orb early. We don't know if the whole combo will be up in time for her to get that. Kujo in the backline, though, working on not to nose. The Shimada brother has to natural agility out, but he does make it out. They get the counter kill onto Zeratul. And all of a sudden, things are ugly again for PsychoSwarm. There's the toss onto Malthael in the backline. Hanzo gets finally finished off by Muradin. But Malthael gets counter killed in return. The Mortal stepping forward onto the fort as Kaiser's getting chased down by four members of Sidestep. Cheese Sticks firing over the wall. There's a jump by Li Ming. By Sonya. And then Garrosh throws her over the wall. She is able to H and Spear over the wall, back over the wall to get on out, though. And yeah, that Immortal unable to get the keep, but it's dropped it super low. Keep an eye on Sidestep's movement. They might try to shove Junkrat up there at some point to just toss some grenades at it, finish it on off. It is at 1,400 health. Full retreat now, though. For Sidestep, they're moving on towards the bottom lane. They see this Zeratul here. They're going for the gank. This poor Zeratul is going to have potentially another rough time here. Both teams have rotated very aggressively. It's a talent tier down fight for PsychoSwarm, but they're taking it hard. There's the Li Ming ult. They blow up Garrosh with last rites, but Muradin's in deep. He's been... Oh my gosh. Heroes falling on both sides. We have Junkrat and Garrosh down on the side of Sidestep. We have Muradin down on the side of PsychoSwarm. That was an excellent trade out for PsychoSwarm. Going to catch them up a bit in experience. They have pressure on the map now. Pinball Wizard, says Professor Bobo. Presumably referring to that Muradin and Garrosh shenanigans going back and forth there. Bottom camp picked up by PsychoSwarm. While Sidestep has moved onto their camp, I wonder if PsychoSwarm will be able to scout this out. They send the flare over there. They know what's happening. They're not feeling ballsy enough to head on over there, though. They're just going to pick up their own Shaman camp, get that shoving down top, keep pressure off their top keep. And Immortals will be up in 15 seconds. Experience not quite enough to get 16, but that'll be here in just a matter of seconds. And this is, as soon as they hit 16, that's the fight PsychoSwarm really wants to try to really secure a very comebackable game. Sidestep stepping up, though. They're going to be willing to give the fight to PsychoSwarm under the PsychoSwarm Immortal. More than a step forward. He lands a Scion Bolt onto Sonya. Kujo deep in that backline. He's dodging. He's sidestepping. There's a 5-man Void Prison. Here comes the combo. Cleave chunking out so hard. Brightwing gets dumpstered by the Li Ming. There goes Junkrat as well. An excellent fight. The Wombo combo from Kujo, but he gets killed off by Hanzo in return. There's a leap from Sonya. Is able to finish off the Li Ming. An excellent counter fight there from Sidestep. Here comes the taunt from Garrosh. Sonya spinning to win. He tosses Sonya. Garrosh tosses Sonya out. Kel's turn. He sacrifices himself for the good of the land. I believe that was the first fort of the game falling on the side of PsychoSwarm. This Shaman camp here with a huge wave in the bottom lane. Malthael going to have to go deal with that. Murden trying to brawl with this Hanzo. He's out of cooldowns, though. Guess he had Avatar left, and I think that was a not so great use of that, but he pops it anyway. That's a long cooldown to use just to back off in a 1v1 with a hero you can take in a 1v1. Anywho, there's the talents again in case you've been missing them. Tyrande just whittling away on this Immortal. The rest of her squad showing up. Malthael thought about hanging out in that stun, decided that's maybe not worth it. Bottom lane still shoved in favor of Sidestep. Sidestep moving up. Halftime show is taken by PsychoSwarm. And Immortals go to defensive positions. Ultimately, I think this benefits Sidestep, who's already a half a level ahead in the race to 20. Zeratil's Void Prison about to come off cooldown, though, so look for him to take an aggressive position again. Try to find another disgusting combo like last time. This time he intends to live. We'll see if that plays out for him. We also have sharpened arrowheads on that Hanzo. Been reducing armor. Little bits of poke here and there. Groundbreaker lands on the Kaiser. Kujo's really the hinge of this whole fight, though. He's been scouted out. He backs on out. Waiting for his opportunity to blink in, set up that Void Prison. Big Li Ming combo lands on the Kelvs, drops him down about 60% health. There's the Void Prison, catches Garrosh and Hanzo. Oh, the combo used too early by Li Ming. Kujo also whiffs his, then he gets tossed out by the Garrosh. There's a Riptire in return. And this fight has gone very, very poorly for PsychoSwarm. Too much excitement. The nerves maybe got to him there. Messed up their combo. Low health bars on the side of Sidestep there, but they are maybe able to get to. Yeah, they just barely get behind their wall. Garrosh getting dropped low by the Malthael. And Junkrat boops Murden over the wall. Finishes off the Malthael. Murden against Polymorph, but he has Dwarf Toss here in a couple seconds. There it goes. But now he's just got to evade a Sonya and a Junkrat. He's getting pounded down by the Junkrat. Hanzo shelling away from afar. And there is the demise of Kaiser, I think. Yes. Did he last long enough for his team to get the Immortal, though, is the question. Excellent body block there by the Brightwing, eating the damage from the Li Ming, preventing the Immortal from going over. Robin Thicke just dumpsters the Tyrande. Li Ming steps forward, gives her life for the Immortal. Was it worth it? We'll see this rotation from Sidestep, which will determine. And yeah, Cheesesteaks has run the wrong way. He's taken a team towards Sidestep's next objective, which is absolutely this top right keep. They can give over that fort to the Immortal. They're going to rotate here, take this fort, this keep, pardon me. Oh, Zeratil's in the middle. Is he looking to delay again? He gets taunted. He gets blasted by the Hanzo, and Sonya finishes him off. I don't really get that one. Also, Junkrat not able to commit hard enough to take this keep. So it looks like Sidestep going to step down here. Sonya's going to tank this keep. They do have the 20s. Although some of them have not been taken. The Immortal still at almost full health. And now Sidestep has taken too long. They haven't committed to anything. They did finally get that top keep. But they're going to have to back off and start to deal with this Immortal. Sonya trying to back. Will Malthael scout that out? Didn't matter. Robin Thicke jumped away anyway. Brightwing gives away that Sonya is still within range there. There's the leap to get out by Sonya. And the Immortal has taken the keep. That was a rough trade overall for PsychoSwarm, in my opinion. Or, pardon me, for Sidestep. These names are killing me. Did not lose any damage on their core. But for how dominant they were in that fight, I think PsychoSwarm won out in that trade, honestly. They're now only a half a level away from 20. They have all 5 members on the map. They still have a keep for now. I would like to see Sidestep just shove in bottom as hard. Like, even just jump past these minions. Go take that bottom keep. Especially now that you just saw that camp taken up top. Like, if you're paying attention to the minimap, this is like go time. You know this keep only has, what, 2,500 health left. Rotation does eventually make it there. Hanzo has a bunch of range on the Q. He starts shelling it down. Li-Ming combo does not connect. And there goes the keep. But PsychoSwarm is able to react. We have a fight breaking out here. 20 still not reached by PsychoSwarm. They probably won't step too far forward. If they do step too far forward, it will absolutely be too far forward, and they might give over the game. Garrosh now stepping up. It looks like 20s are reached on both sides now. And Zeratul has put a bunch of pressure on this top keep. He jumps back now to find the fight, and I'd love to see PsychoSwarm now step up aggressively and try to delay the retreat of Sidestep. Looks like that's not going to happen. Sonya's already backing, and this wave will be pretty easy for Sonya to clear up. It gets the keep front wall. It might tickle this keep a little bit, but the important story there, Sidestep has catapults in both lanes. They're going to have the Shaman pushing in the bottom lane as well. Ooh, aggressive invade meme coming here. Merton eats a Dragon's Arrow. He dwarf tosses over the wall. The team's not here yet. He lands a 2-man Stormbolt. There's the Void Prison from Zeratul. Only catches... Well, Zeratul's on Natsuno's. He's sticking with him. Sonya leaps over, counters, gets the Cujo kill. The PsychoSwarm takes away the Shaman camp, but it wasn't probably worth giving over a 60-second death timer of your Zeratul. They're shelling away while they have a couple seconds. And now they're back. They got to play defense for another 50 seconds. And Sidestep could look at the Immortal. They could just go core. Looks like they're going to take the fight around the Immortal. There's the Ancient Spear out of the back line. Cheese Sticks having to back away from the Sonya. Murden's job though. Shadowstalk is used to top the team off. Immortal's still doing just fine. It's about 70% health. Beast Mode Marlon says likes the macro pay from Sideswarm, and I agree. It's been relatively good. There's Disintegrate from Li-Ming. Eats a Hanzo bow in return, and honestly, those were about equal amounts of damage. Kaiser steps forward, eats a Groundbreaker, lands his double Stormbolt. Zeratul has respawned. He probably should deal with top lane, but he's coming to the fight here. Kaiser dwarf tosses aggressively over the wall, has to walk around it now. There's the Emerald Wind from Brightwing, and Brightwing is the first to fall in the fight, but there's a leap from Sonya. Hanzo falls now. Malthael's done. Malthael, will he buy back? He does have that ability. He hasn't pressed the button just yet. Kaiser stepping forward on Kelbs. Zeratul waiting to finish off this Junkrat. There, he and Li-Ming get the kill. Blue Core's on an attack. The shields are down. Looks like Kaiser trying to finish off the Garrosh. Garrosh lands the combo. Gets the well tap. Li-Ming and Zeratul have backed. And this core, oh my god, it's just getting chunked. Malthael needed to return a long time ago. Could have easily dealt with those catapults before that became a serious problem. But this is probably just going to be GG. This Immortal is stacked. And what was briefly looking like it might even turn into a victory for PsychoSwarm, now going to be an agonizing defeat as that Immortal steps forward and finishes off the core. GG's to both teams. Sidestep takes game 1. This is a best of 3, so don't go anywhere. We'll talk some more about this game and then get the next game set up. So yeah, Hanzo putting out a bunch of damage. He did not go W build, but it was still enough to secure a number of Immortals that game. Lots of kills on both sides, though notably about twice as many on the side of Sidestep, and that's probably why they won the game. But they also, when they did get the kills, they played the map fairly well. And even as things almost started to fall apart at the end, they had secured enough of an advantage up to that point that it didn't matter. They still pulled it on out, and I really like the leap from Sonya to counter the Zeratul jumping into that line. I thought that was a neat build adjustment. I didn't really think that through at the time, but that seems, after watching it play out, it was really good. There's some builds for you. Hanzo stolidly on the Q build. Kind of interesting there. Li-Ming went 100% on the Arcane Missiles Glass Cannon build. Yeah, so we'll take a quick break. I'm going to find out from the teams where we'll be playing map 2, and we'll be back real quick. 5 minutes or less, hopefully. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Welcome back. Game 2 about to be getting started here. Cora says ANRWT. Looks like Arrogant Nephilim Running with Turtles game just finished. They're coming over to watch. Welcome. Please do come on over. I'm happy to have you here, hopefully. And again, shout out to Professor Bobo for the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Shout outs to Shenanigans for the raid. Beast Mode Marlin for the follow. Everybody for watching. Super cool to have you here. Game 1 was on Battlefield of Eternity, and Sidestep played an excellent game. Pretty dominant. Ended up winning halfway due to Winions, and interesting choice by the Mouthiel at the end to not buy back. I saw Bickle talking about that in the chat, and yeah, I'm not sure if he just kind of forgot about it or what happened there. Pay attention to the minimap, kids. Winions are dangerous. The team's ready. I'm ready. We're going to be playing Dragonshire here in game number 2, chosen by PsychoSwarm. Which, of course, means Sidestep will have first map pick here. Or, pardon me, first pick. And so last game, we saw the Cho'Gall ban from PsychoSwarm. I don't really expect that to change. Seems like they have chosen, rather than to prepare for a Cho'Gall matchup, just ban it. Not have to worry about it. Got the Sidestep, banning out the Genji again. Sticking to their guns. And yeah, so Dragonshire, in general, kind of a skirmishy map. You see Urel, extremely strong here, able to hold that top shrine basically indefinitely if she wants to. And she's got the Divine Steed at 7, which helps her get around the map. First ban from PsychoSwarm going to be the Kerrigan. And you can almost taste the Sidestep's like, ooh, maybe we will get to play a Cho'Gall this game. Other bans that seem like reasonable bans, I think Azmodan is pretty strong here, being that there's a 4-man rotation for him to be a part of, or even just a 3-man lane on the bottom. And he's got the off-lane pressure with his Demon Generals. It's going to be a Nubrak ban, and you gotta think they're looking at the Cho'Gall, right? Like, a Nubrak's one of the best counters to Cho'Gall. Because rather than try to kill the Cho'Gall, you just put him in darn cocoon and try to kill the rest of the team. And honestly, in my opinion, having played with a bunch of Cho'Galls, that kind of feels like the way to do it. You know, you don't want to try to kill the big man. You just want to rumble on past him and kill the rest of his team. He's not super scary when he's just on his own. It's really a problem when you're spending all your damage on him and he just doesn't die. Got a Brightwing ban from PsychoSwarm. Sidestep picks up the Sonya. And Raynor and Mouthiel come out this time. Raynor wasn't even a part of the last draft, if I remember correctly. But Mouthiel to counter the Sonya again. I think it's good. It was relatively solid last game. Yeah, it looks like people are rumbling in here from the Arrogant Nephilim Running with Turtles game. Welcome, guys. How'd that one go? Also, like all NGS games, I'm on a 2-minute delay, so I'm sure if anybody responds, I will see that 2 minutes from now. But, you know, I like talking to you anyway. Garrosh going to be picked up again from Sidestep, and there's the Azmodan. I talked about it at the beginning of the draft. I think it's super tasty. Although that does say that Sidestep is most likely not going to be playing a Cho'Gall here, otherwise they'll have no support for the Pat Daddy. And I think a supportless Cho'Gall would be a mistake. Gonna be the Hanzo ban from PsychoSwarm. Hanzo caused a lot of headaches with that Q build last game. Not super surprising to see that taken away. But really, Sidestep probably looking for an even more auto-tech, sustained damage type hero. Maybe even a finisher, Azmodan to chunk him down with the globes, and then someone to get in there and clean up the mess that Azmodan leaves. Genji would have been great for that, but they banned him. Gonna ban out the Joanna here. So that definitely tells me that they're not looking for Cassia. They're looking to pick some kind of auto-techy, Zul'jin, Vala, Phoenix. Of those, I think Phoenix is probably my favorite, but any of them's good. Zul'jin's the most fun to play. I don't know that he's super competitive, but he's... Oh my god, I love giving him the axe, you know? Karazim Abathur. Ooh, this is going to be exciting. I like Abathur. I'm excited to see PsychoSwarm pull out the danger hat. And yeah, Karazim, an excellent healer to pair with Abathur. Abathur can give that on-demand shielding. Cloning Karazim can be good. Cloning Raynor is real solid. Last picks from Sidestep going to be Thrall and probably a healer. White main, Deckard. Going to be the Deckard. Deckard will be looking to lock down the Raynor. Asmodean and Thrall trying to clean that up. Or just any, pick Garrosh can get. It's a solid team comp. PsychoSwarm going to round out their tank slot with a Muradin. And these are two solidly drafted teams. Bickle says, Arrogant Nephilim 2-0'd running with Turtles. Sad for running with Turtles, but, Arrogant Nephilim, I played them last season when I was with Guys Gems, and Arrogant Nephilim's are a real tough team. I think pretty much any team that faces them is going to have a tough time with them. Melavicious says, woo, Sidestep. Welcome to the chat, buddy. And yeah, just looking through these drafts, both teams look like they're going to be fairly comfortable with the heroes that got picked. I think Asmodean is real strong, and I don't know that the Abathur will be enough to counter the lane pressure that Asmodean can generate. We'll be seeing Sonya in the top lane. Thrall will be able to stack up his Q. Might even go Crash Lightning this game, although without the Abathur body to be hitting, I doubt it. I think that might be a mistake if he does pick it. But yeah, Beast Mode Marlon saying Asmodean is a very controversial hero. Why do you say that? Bickle says, go Psycho, I want a game 3. More matches to scout. The nipple rings might be too risque. Oh, we're all adults here. We can deal with a little eroticism in our games. It's nice to see a nice large fat man sexualized, I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. Anywho, Cheese Sticks is going to be on the Raynor here. Cujo on the Abathur. Magic Walrus on the Malthael. Brumelo on the Karazim. And Kaiser on the Muradin again. This is PsychoSwarm in the red on the right. On the left of the blue, we have Sidestep. Robin Thicke's going to be on the Sonya. Kelvs is on the Garrosh. Not-to-Knows is on the Asmodean. Judai Panda on the Deckard. And Doosting is going to be rounding out the team on the Thrall. Interesting path to mid taken here by PsychoSwarm. They get the engage. They top a Thunderclap, and then Muradin's getting absolutely blasted. He gets pinball wizarded around, in the words of a wise Bobo. And the teams split the lanes. They're going to start soaking. Let me pop you up some level 1 talents. Abathur is looking like he's going to go a supporty build. Raynor's gone ace in the hole. We have the Iron Fist from Karazim. Get the extra damage from the punchy baby. Kaiser gets tossed out, just escorted out of the club by Kelvs. Asman's working on getting his quest started. He has gone with Gluttony this game. Going to be trying to get that CDR on his globes, in addition to the extra stacks from hitting heroes. Middle here, Garrosh. This is Muradin getting a workout. Lots of airtime. Frequent flyer miles. That's what oh yeah, that's much better. Anywho, the Bermuda Triangle, seeing a lot of danger. Kaiser doing his best to zone for this team as they pick up the siege camp there. Kaiser stuck in deep. He might not make it out of this one, even with the Abathur hat here. Karazim trying to get to jump to him, but it's not going to be in time. First blood of the game goes over to Sidestep. Muradin going to be sitting this one out for a wee bit. And both shrines here are probably going to be started blue. Raynor's in the top lane here. Stepping up to battle with the Sonya. Shoves her away with his penetrating round. Uses Inspire. And Sidestep. Very early Dragonite. Just a minute. Under 2 minutes into the game there. Boots the Muradin. Starts chunking away on that tower. 4s are online for Sidestep. And they're about to get even further ahead as they take this front wall. First tower down. Garrosh sticking with a standard build. We have Echo the Elements and Manatide for the Thrall there. Dargan hacking away on the tower. The old man finds himself in deep though, and Muradin trying to use the body. Judai Panda is maybe can get away. Drops to 25 health. Malthael not quite able to finish him off, but there's the Muradin that got punted, and the tower finishes him off before he can kill the Deckard. Martin with 2 quick deaths early. Rough game for him so far. He'll be looking to turn that around as we keep going here. Both towers down in the mid lane. Dragon about to expire. That's the problem with taking it so early, is you don't get a lot of time with the big dragon. But they got plenty of value out of it. They're about a level ahead. Halfway from kills, halfway just from having the dragon. Big wave shoving in here on the bottom. Malthael and Karazhan going to have to clean that up. They give over a couple stacks to the Azmodan. And so far, things are looking very much in the control of Sidestep. But that's to be expected. We have an Abathur comp here. Abathur doesn't really come fully online until 10, so most of the Abathur game is just try to stay in it until 10 happens, and you get that clone online, and all of a sudden you start being able to win fights. You can trade a hero out for a hero, and that hero can be the Abathur clone, and then you're still 4.5 versus 4 then, and now you're up in the fight and should be able to continue on to win that. Abathur doing a good job with this mine here. Keep an eye on those. He'll be revealing heroes as they stack on the map. I guess you probably can't see that. We have all vision, but it is going to be slowing rotations and giving vision to PsychoSwarm, which is a valuable resource if you're paying attention to their minimap. Though we know based on last game, maybe they won't be keeping an eye on it all the time. There's a big scroll of ceiling from the Deckard Cain. Azmodan follows it up with a globe. He's stacking. His team has 7. Ancestral Wrath there from the Thrall. Nice dueling talent there. Excellent in the solo lane. Magic Walrus gets tossed in. Set on a short flight, and he might be taking the long path home. Karazhan dashes in, just barely able to get Magic Walrus out. He's going to have to back. Is there a globe from Azmodan? Maybe interrupt that? Not quite in time. Brummel has to go back for mana as well. 7's are reached on both sides. Rainer's really leaning into his trait build here. See how that works out from him. Thrall is melee though. He might give over a bunch of stacks to the Rainer if he's not careful. Map still solidly in control of Sidestep though. And it looks like Sidestep's going to be picking up both shrines here in a minute. Here we have Thrall dueling with the Rainer. The Abathur hat getting a lot of value. He's dropping Thrall low. Thrall has to retreat. About to be a 3v3 in this bottom lane. Remember, Abathur hat can kind of go where Abathur hat wants. Currently, Abathur hat is in the mid lane trying to stop Azmodan from just straight up taking this mid fort. With ults, maybe Azmodan can do that, but currently, as it stands, not going to be quite able to. We've got a 3v3 duel here around bottom shrine. Top shrine is still red, so Sidestep doing their best to take this bottom shrine, or hold it, rather. Sonya spinning to win. The root connects with 2. Big groundbreaker stun finishes the Garrosh quest there. Brummel trying to retreat. Sonya gets tossed in. See a Karazhan. What a kick, says Core, and yeah, it was. It was a 3-pointer right across the goalposts there, put him behind the wall. Kind of like in the old NHL Hits games where you could like check the guy through the boards. And they had to like climb their way out of the stands. That was, man, one of my favorite video games of all time. I missed it. Top Shrine did turn blue, and we have second Dragon Knight of the game over to Sidestep. They get the kill in the top lane on the Rainer. Thrall ends up winning that duel right as 10 pops. He took Sundering, didn't even have to use it. Looks like we've got the taunt, the black pool. Deckard will probably stay a while this game. Nope, he has gone Lornado. I'm wrong. And another leap from the Sonya. This time, probably to be getting on the Rainer. She is unstoppable during it, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Malthael gets bodied by that Lornado, and even with the W out, still gets killed off by the Azmodan. And now the Dragon Knight, just uncontested, absolutely wailing away on that fort. They're even going to maybe step past it, try to fight on this death bridge here. They think better of that. Sonya dueling an Abathur-hatted minion in the mid lane. Dragon does finally fall here, and we'll see where they rotate to next. We have the Clone, the Hyperion, the Divine Palm. No, 7-sided strike from Karazhan. We have the Avatar. Sidestorm body blocks harder than a Lego minifigure. That's pretty good, beast mode. Got the spell camp picked up by PsychoSwarm on the right there. Sidestep picking up the Siege Giants in the bottom. Gonna be Siege Giants for Siege Giants. Those will probably effectively cancel out here. Level and a half lead for Sidestep. They're stepping forward like they think they can contest that. Oh my gosh, huge scroll ceiling. Got the Lornado in this choke here. It's just bodying PsychoSwarm in here. Murden says peace. Leaves his Malthael for dead. There's the taunt onto Malthael. Malthael getting the trait value. Tries to heal himself up with his Q. On the Hyperion over the top is able to claim the lives of both the Thrall and the Sonya. Murden trying to jump forward. Garrosh has something to say about that, but Asmodee gets dumpstered by Cujo at the bottom. That Rainer clone getting all kinds of value. Does finally time out before the experience is given over. And the Spell Camp shoving in the top lane with the Abathur hat could be dangerous. All in all, it was a 3-for-3 trade. A lot of senseless violence, mostly for naught. Got the Mule coming down here at the bottom. Abathur showing up, going to do his best to try to dissuade this Garrosh and the Siege Giants from getting it. There's Malthael and Brumelo. Seventh Strike is up. As its last rites, this Garrosh could be in a world of hurt if they turn onto him. I'm kind of surprised they didn't. 13's online. 7-sided strike was just way too late there. Yeah, now they used it. Garrosh just kind of walked away like, yo, I don't have to fight you under my fort. PsychoSwarm moves down. They're going to pick up their spell camp, the spell camp in the bottom lane. Shrines are online. Sonya's going to turn the top one blue, bottom one is red. And Asmodee having a pretty good idea of where PsychoSwarm is on the map. He's going to start working on that mid fort again. Although, does he stay too long? Nope, he gets on the surfboards. Surfs up, dudes. I'm out. Is he out, though? Kaiser going to tank those forts. Gets the body blocks through. And there's the kill. I underestimated that damage / retreat time. Missed the sidestep on the Stormbolt, and it was all over from there. Good kill pick up there by PsychoSwarm. They're going to leave a couple here to deny the dragon, the third dragon of the game, from sidestep. They turn the top shrine red. Asmodee is still down for another 15 seconds. Yeah, we're waiting on the rotation from PsychoSwarm down to this bottom lane. They probably should leave one top to deal with that spell camp, but maybe the Abathur hat will be enough. Mule giving its life to try to keep this gate alive. There's a 7-sided strike again with no CC to keep someone in it. There's the Hyperion over the top. Scroll ceiling lands on 3. No follow-up for it, though. Thrall root coming out. Thrall's in deep here. He's doing his best to keep himself alive. He finally gets hucked on out of there by the Garrosh. Cujo on the front line there on the Rainier, just absolutely chunking away. See you, Deckard. Robin Thicke goes flying over the top, way deep in the backline, kills off the Charism. And now the chase is on. Malthael's gone after her. Health bar's dropping low. Kelvs and Doosting both getting bodied in this bottom lane. There's the last right, so the penetrating round is enough to finish him off. Kelvs is in full retreat. Thrall gets taken out by the Malthael. Now Asmodee standing cars as though it's pretty bloody. Probably talking about the fight in the corridor there. But this last fight also bloody. It was a 2-for-1 in favor of PsychoSwarm. They're starting to fight on this Asmodee again. He might not have learned his lesson last time. G-Sticks is going to be here with the body blocks. Takes him out. Got to kill off these minions. And there's a channel coming through. G-Sticks going to be the first Dragon Knight of the game for PsychoSwarm. Still 30 seconds on Asmodee after he gave his life trying to delay mid futilely. Looks like Abathur and Karazim weren't able to save the gate, but they're going to save the rest of the top lane push there. Dragon Knight is shoving towards bottom lane, 15 to 15. 16 is not online yet for either team. Rainer in the Dragon Knight, stepping forward. He'll start chunking away on this bottom tower, and bottom fort should fall here, assuming nothing goes horribly wrong for PsychoSwarm. And Dragon kick in on the Garrosh. Garrosh pops his unstoppable to stay in the fight. He lands a Groundbreaker on Magic Walrus. It's a Death Shroud from Malthael, just trying to get any poke in they can. The Deckard is able to heal any and all poke that's come out so far, aside from the poke that goes onto that poor fort, which falls. Stormbolt used by Murden to get his squad out, hops on over the wall, mounts up. It's time to punch on mid lane for a while. Dragon Knight has 15 seconds on it. Looks like they're going to go for it. Clone is online. They're ready for 5v5. Be ready when this Dragon Knight pops out. Garrosh might be looking for toss. There's a huge taunt. 7-sided strike comes over the top. Malthael is the first to fall in the fight. Cujo has cloned the Malthael, and he's in deep, trying to shark around there. He sweeps back and forth. He gets taken out. There's the Hyperion to try to get the disengage. Robin Thicke is on the back line there. Use the Ancient Spear on Kaiser. Kaiser gets cleansed out. Oh, but Karazim stepped too far forward. Gets taken down. And now it's a 2 for none. All 5 people on Sidestep are here. They're going to take out this fort, and they have 16s. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing them step forward for even more. Instead, Asmodean sees the Sluggo in the top lane. He's going to back off, go deal with that. And I don't know. I'm not huge on that. You were up 5-3 against an Abathur. Like, just give the fort, take the keep. I'd much rather have cats in a lane and be down a fort. And like the Asmodean going up there didn't even save the fort. I think that was maybe a mistaken rotation there by them. We'll see if there's any punishment for it by PsychoSwarm. Kills are more even in this game. It's 11-7. Last game was 24 to 11 or something like that. Might have been 22-10. Anywho, bottom spell camp picked up by Sidestep. Not going to get coordinated with any other mercs. Looks like they might step forward if I try to fight under the spell armor. Asmodean jumping out some globes. He's at 174 stacks. Not super stacked. I've seen and been more stacked at this point in the game, but he's not doing poorly either. And as more fights break out here towards the end, there's some more stacks for him. There's Lornado shoving on that Muradin. He just gets absolutely hit straight on with it. Rolled over by the steamroller from the old man. Real page turner was that tornado. There's a 7-sided strike. Dustin getting dropped though. See a Thrall. Last Rites is going to finish off the Asmodean as well. All of a sudden, health bar is looking awful inside of Sidestep. They're getting absolutely destroyed in this fight. Sonya falls next. It's a 3-for-1. Only Muradin falls. Malthael making a beeline for the top lane there. He does have on a pale horse. And Abathur actually going to be able to take the top lane. Malthael taking the dragon. He's the ideal person on this PsychoSwarm team to get in the dragon, having next to no siege damage. Yeah, Rainer's shown on the map that he's taking these siege giants. But I think that's a great take. Get more pressure in that bottom lane. This dragon should absolutely be bottom keep as long as he keeps walking forward, which he does. He's got a minion wave kind of building up here. He's got a full squad with him. Won't have any opposition for another 10 or 15 seconds. Here goes. Siege begins on the bottom wall. PsychoSwarm is up in experience, still down 2 kills, but you know, they're up in structures. Hyperion comes out, in my opinion, kind of early. Might have wanted to wait till there were 5 there before he started that off. But you know, if you use it now, you'll have it again sooner. Maybe that's the thought process. Bottom keep falls. 20s are online for PsychoSwarm. And if they find a kill here, this could absolutely be game, and we go to game 3. Malthael takes the buyback talent, which I think is kind of a bizarre choice, given that they're looking to end the game here. Might want something a little more impactful right this second. Thrall falls, and this should absolutely be game. Bremlo able to keep himself alive. Gets a W off in time. Cora is falling rapidly down to 30%, and there she blows. PsychoSwarm takes game 2. We're going to game 3. Got the GGs coming up. Whew, what a game 2. Excellent comeback there by PsychoSwarm. I think Sidestep didn't punish enough with some of the incremental advantages they had in the middle states of that game. And they left the door open, and PsychoSwarm shoved their way through and did some things that were really rude. Garrosh managed to not die in that game they lost, as did Abathur. But Abathur, you know, if Abathur dies, he got caught. Yeah, Thrall doing the majority of the damage for Sidestep, which is kind of surprising, as been having those range, having the globes. Would have maybe expected to see more out of him, but he and Rainer were kind of trading back and forth aggressively in the top lane. He being Thrall. Other than that, yeah, lots of siege damage done by the Rainer and the Malthael, but the numbers are all out of whack when you're in the Dragon. Anywho, so we can sort of ignore those. Mostly look at the talents. Kind of a gem build there from the Deckard. Karazim went with the damagey build. Yeah, that's mostly the stuff. Anywho, don't go anywhere. We'll have Game 3 of this exciting Div C West playoff game in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back. We're ready for a game 3 here in the matchup between Sidestep and PsychoSwarm. I thought we were ready. Cujo says never mind. Had to make a different person the draft captain. I apologize about that. Anywho, we had two awesome games so far. Game 1, Battlefield of Eternity. PsychoSwarm got defeated right at the end. And then Game 2 was a Dragonshire matchup. A couple bloody team fights. And PsychoSwarm ended up on top in that one. So, I'm excited. You guys seem excited. We're about to rumble here into Game 3. It's going to be on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Whoops. Computer, be slow. There it goes. Tomb of the Spider Queen. This is picked by Sidestep after they lost that second game, which means PsychoSwarm have first pick. We'll see what how the draft changes up with PsychoSwarm in the 1 slot again here. Bickle in Beast Mode and Miss Camille. Super excited to see Game 3. As am I. I've almost finished off my sortilege. I'll have to move on back to water here. But that's no biggie. There's the Gall ban. So interesting, it seems like PsychoSwarm, when they have first pick, banning that Cho'Gall. Sidestep very much doesn't want to see a Genji. It's been their ban all 3 games. Let's see here. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Narrow lanes. Need a gank-resistant solo lane in the bot lane. A solid tank that can be picking up the gems for you. Garrosh could be that solid tank. He finally gets banned out. Sidestep has drafted him both games. Expect Sidestep to maybe move into more of a Joanna-type tank anyway for this map. But now they're forced to do it. Kerrigan taken away by Sidestep, and the Gul'dan going to be the first pick from PsychoSwarm. Gul'dan gives awesome wave clear, lots of pressure. There's the Joanna as predicted, and Sonya been picked all 3 games by Sidestep. Been leap 2 out of 3 times, probably going to be the 3rd time as well. Get on that Gul'dan, shove a spear in his face, spin all over him. And just get rid of that pesky Warlock. There's a somewhat gank resilient solo laner from the bottom lane. Gonna be a Leoric. PsychoSwarm might be looking to set up some kind of crazy wombo combo with the Entomb. Also, they have engage disengage with the Horrify from Gul'dan. I will be pretty angry if he goes memes of destruction. This is a coordinated game. We don't have time for that. This is the first Whitemane appearance in this series. Whitemane, pretty darn strong healer to only be seen once, including ban phases. PsychoSwarm had been playing Murden. That gets banned out this game. Probably will end up looking more to an Anub or a Diablo. Diablo's up. Yeah, so priority 1 Diablo, priority 2 Anubarak. If you're PsychoSwarm, would be my guess. You haven't seen enough melee to really consider falling down to Arthas. Kimeyu says Sidestep chose the map. Yes, they did. As was their privilege after losing Game 2. Gonna be a Phoenix and an Asmodan, so that'll be their mage and other damage dealer. So they're just holding back the hero pick and probably looking to... I'd love to see Tyrande there. She's got the damage reduction for the Whitemane, take away a bunch of healing. Kimeyu says Asmo's quite good on this map. So yeah, I bet he'll be pick banned fast. He was picked. I don't know that I would call it fast. There's the predicted Diablo. No Phoenix to combo with him. They'll go with Tychus. There's a lot of high health bars. I love Tychus. I think Tychus doesn't get enough respect in the game in general. We'll see if... probably not Cujo. We'll see. We'll see who plays the Tychus. But I'm expecting big things from my boy. Gonna be the Rhaegar as the healer. I think that's maybe not quite as awesome as the Tyrande here, but it's quite good. Rhaegar's got the Ancestral Healing for the save on somebody trying to get blown up by the Diablo Tychus combo. And he's a solid enough healer. The real star of this matchup, though, Joanna will be able to wade in and out, pick up a billion gems, turn them all in as once, as Phoenix and Sonya zone for her. PsychoSwarm is a sweet comp, though. Honestly, two very solid drafts. I think there's not really a huge crazy wombo combo. Like, I don't think there's the instant blow up of the Leoric into Entomb type shenanigans. But still, Entomb into Lightning Breath seems rude. It'll be hard to get out of. It is a decent chunk of damage. And Gul'dan will be able to have his corruption shooting right down that line. But I'm finding it really hard to argue with what Sidestep's showing. I don't think Asmodean has to be in the fight losing health. And I think the Sonya Joanna frontline is probably just too much. Asmodean glows over the top. Lots of Phoenix damage, lots of Sonya damage. Rhaegar assisting with Lightning Shield on the Joanna. It's a real sweet draft. I think my money's on Sidestep in this game, it being their map, and just a very solid draft. Nothing against PsychoSwarms. Got Not to Nose on the Asmodean, Kelvs on the Joanna, Robin Thicke on the Sonya, Doosting on the Phoenix, and Judai Panda on the Rhaegar on the side of Sidestep here in the blue. In the red, we've got PsychoSwarm, Bremolo on the White Mane, Magic Walrus on the Leoric, Cujo on the Tychus, Cheese Sticks on the Gul'dan, and Kaiser on the Diablo. Getting that Dibble Spray front and center. You'd love to see it. Kimeyu says it's an anti-Cho'Gall comp. Yeah, I buy that. Any levels online? Kelvs already has to pop his Laws of Hope, and it's still not enough to get him the hell out of there. He gets blown up. First Blood goes over to PsychoSwarm. They're feeling the momentum from their last win. They're off to the races, rotating. Get that first kill of the game. Get slightly ahead in XP. And yeah, they're coming out hot. We'll see if they can sustain it through this game. Get the comeback 2-1 victory. Or if Sidestep, being the higher seed, we'll be able to just chunk on out, get the win. Big Globe connection from Asmodean. He's already up to 45 stacks. It's almost as high as he got last game. US Yova cheering on PsychoSwarm in the chat. Big charge from Diablo, trying to shove forward onto the puppy panda. Teams trading back and forth here. Both teams at a relatively even number of gems. Leoric and Sonya dueling in the bot lane. Looks like Leoric's getting slightly better edge of that deal, but nothing to write home about. Brumwell getting dropped low. Doosting's out of shield. Tychus chunking away on him. Tychus not going to get a whole ton of value into the Phoenix, but all the other health pools over there look like they want to be just absolutely minigunned all over the place. Kimeyu doesn't like the Rhaegar pick. I'm ambivalent. I think it's fine. I think Tyrande's better, but can't super complain. Doosting was dropped low. Kaiser wasn't quite able to get the Shadow Charge into the wall there. He's stepping forward, looking for it. Still not quite able to get the angle he wants. Excellent patience there, holding that. Love to see them maybe even angle for a mini turn in here. Instead, they're just going to keep rotating. 30 gems to 17, so you're doing well if you're PsychoSwarm. Kelvs is in the back line there. Kaiser uses him as an escape. Get back to the front line. Ms. Camille also doesn't like Rhaegar. Maybe I just like puppies, you know? Don't hate on the pups. Both teams have their level 4s. Joanna's got the extra wave clear there. Big overpower onto the Joanna there, but they're trying to turn this in. Diablo getting dropped super low. There goes 19 gems vomited onto the floor. Cujo dashes in. He's going to get chunked out by this Asmodean laser. Will there be enough healing? White Mane is not able to keep him alive. We have 2 kills now on the side of Sidestep. Now 2 kills to 1 overall. And Sidestep finds themselves in the lead. Neither team quite has enough gems to turn in yet. PsychoSwarm will be up shortly. 2 more gems, and Sidestep can get the first turn in the game, and they really should be. They're starting to drop off some. I'd like to see them offload as many gems as possible right there as soon as they got those kills, knowing that PsychoSwarm could not step up into Sidestep. I feel like I'm making this harder on myself than it needs to be, but seriously, yo, these names. B-Train tossing in the Yaga emotes. Hey, B-Train. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, bud. Looks like Sonya was ultimately getting the better of the Orc in this bottom lane. Squad's coming down to put a little pressure on Robin Thicke. Walrus has not tapped yet, though. I guess I don't know. Has Sonya tapped? Oh, Sonya had already tapped. I take it back. The Orc was doing wonderfully. Take it back, Magic Walrus. You demand. You keep being a spoopy skeleton ghost. First Web Weaver phase gets completed. Sidestep gonna have first Web Weavers. Lanes are relatively even. No crazy push either way. Yeah, you know, I didn't think about this Zool, but you could be right, B-Train. That was actually sort of an option for PsychoSwarm after that second ban phase. I think it's definitely something you need to practice, and I don't know that they would have had the follow-up to kill someone on the engage from Azul like you need with a Chromie or something. But it's definitely a thought. Octalysis and you guys have been running at a decent amount of effectiveness. Looks like mid lane is the call from Sidestep. They're going to shove in, get this front wall. That Wellweaver is still super healthy. They're pushing forward. They might even be looking to get this entire fort. Asmian's got the 2 demons to start chunking away on it. There's the health on the left side there for you. Webweaver down about 50% health. Bottom Webweaver getting chunked out by the Orc. It's about to fall. Mid fort down to half health. And the whole squad of PsychoSwarm is here now. Sidestep backing off. I like this rotation from PsychoSwarm. Going to that night camp right away. Gonna pick that on up. They'll shove that lane mid. Give them time to turn in. Get a counter turn in. Hopefully before Sidestep can amass the 19 more gems to turn in for their second Webweaver phase. PsychoSwarm will be looking to stop the snowball. Get to 10 first maybe, even, if they really get a solid push with their Webweavers. And I wouldn't mind seeing like a very aggressive step up from Sidestep there, knowing that's probably where PsychoSwarm is, given that they're not showing on the map. They're getting those knights. The Orc offloaded all of his gems there. That was a slick turn in. Kelvs dumps his. And yeah, there's the red Webweaver turn in. Cat Peach, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are coming off a sweet cast by Cat Peach there. This game is game 3 of a Div C West matchup between Sidestep and PsychoSwarm. Number 2 seed is Sidestep, number 7 seed is PsychoSwarm. And we had game 1 on BOE, taken by Sidestep. Game 2 on Dragonshire, taken by PsychoSwarm. Magic Walrus has stepped very far forward here. He doesn't have Entomb. He's just in deep. Dustin getting chunked out. He's down below 50% health. No shields left. Rare drops a healing totem. There's Magic Walrus. 10s are online. Look out for the turn here. Red Webweaver. There comes the Blessed Shield. We've got Leap, Blackpool, Purification Salvo, and the predicted Ancestral Healing from the Rhaegar. Mid lane gets cleaned up. Still half a level away from 10, our PsychoSwarm. Asmian stepping up aggressively. Here comes the Blessed Shield. There's the Purification Salvo. Lots of damage being chunked out. There goes Gul'dan. See ya, cheese sticks. Cujo getting bodied. Kelvs is on the chase there. Judai Panda comes in. Puppy giving Cujo a little puppy love there. Cujo is being able to make it back past the fort. Dodges the Asmodean Globe. And there's finally the 10. Yeah, Asmian stacked all the way through his Gluttony quest, and he's up to 243. Kime pointing out that Asmian stacking much more effectively this game. I think it's also just because he's able to be part of this 4-stack, cleaning up minions and hitting heroes. Yeah, it wasn't an immediate snowball effect, but now Sidestep already has their second Web Weaver turn in phase. PsychoSwarm wasn't able to kill off any gem-holding members of Sidestep. Here comes Web Weaver phase number 2 for PsychoSwarm, number 3 overall in this game. And this time Sidestep's committing hard to top keep, or fort, which I think is a great call. Odin is popped to try to deter them. This top lane is usually the victory lane on this map. Looks like Sidestep isn't super excited to shove into an Odin, into a horrified Gul'dan. They've changed their mind. They'll say, hey, we'll take mid fort and bottom fort instead. If you're going to be so rude about it, we just wanted to take your buildings. There's Leap onto Leoric. Magic Walrus getting blasted by Robin Thicke and company, and see ya, Leoric. That's a significant number of gems dropped on the ground there. Diablo not able to make it on over the wall to pick those up. He's left just holding 31 in his hands. Sonya shoving bottom lane. Rest of the squad mid. They might even look to rotate top here if they see a hard rotation towards bottom. Big Asmodean Globe chunking down the health bars of Gul'dan and Whitemane especially. Mounts are up. There goes Sideswarm. They are facing towards bottom. Leoric on the ghost run there. And a bizarre split by Sidestep. They might be caught in deep here. 13s. They do have 13s. Diablo with the stun, with the overpower. Puppy trying to run on out of there. Cujo gets blasted by an orb. Tychus is taken out. There's the Fear and Entomb combo. But Ancestral lands on Sonya. Rhaegar gets killed after he lands Ancestral. Robin Thicke not going to get caught up too. There's the Cleanse onto Diablo. He's able to overpower Kelps. Does not have a Shadow Charge available. Here comes the Purification salvo in return. Kaiser gets healed up a bunch by the Whitemane. Is going to be just fine. But the Asmodean Globe hitting him right through that choke there takes him back down to below 500 health on most of those heroes there, aside from Diablo. Diablo's sitting at 100 souls. He's a tanky boy. The rest of them have 1 soul apiece and aren't even all boys, let alone tanky. Robin Thicke makes a deposit in the bank of the Tomb of the Spider Queen. Bottom siege camp going to be picked up here by Sidestep, and they'll probably go take their spell camp as well. I'd love to see them take this spell camp, group up with 5, and just shove in real hard on mid lane potentially. Especially if they see a rotation towards bottom. Joanna out here scouting out. She's going to see this spell camp picked up. Have to back off because she's so far out on her own. Yeah, no real rotations available for Sidestep. They're just going to have to watch as their siege giants get cleaned up. They're grouping up mid here now finally. Got some clear onto the mercs that PsychoSwarm took. Sidestep still 11 gems away from their next turn in. Echoed Corruption is completed by the Gul'dan there. Tychus has almost completed his level 1 quest. There's the Blessed Shield. Huge glow from the Asmodean. Fear trying to get away the Joanna. Fear's in the wrong direction. Oh my gosh, we've got a 5-man fight here. There goes Gul'dan after Sonya jumps over the wall. Purification salvo, not doing a bunch of damage there. It looks like there wasn't a slow connecting. The Ancestral lands on the Phoenix, but he's in oh so deep. Gets the shield from the Rhaegar, gets the cleanse. It's not enough. He still gets bodied. He's done. There'll be a 20-second power play for PsychoSwarm in just a minute here. They've stopped the advance of Sidestep. They have enough gems for a turn in, almost enough for 2. And they'll be stepping forward aggressively here, knowing the Gul'dan is going to be back very shortly. I think that's a mistake to have both Leo and Diablo trying to turn in right next to each other. It's a small one, but a mistake nonetheless. Brumelo, there's nobody between her and the damage. Asmodean's on the chase here. Walrus doing his best to try to deter that. This fight has gone a little sideways. Gul'dan finally shows up. He whiffs his entire combo. Now he's down to just Qs for another 10 or so seconds. Big globe. Drops Whitemane low, and that turn-in was skillfully denied by Sidestep. Again, this Diablo trying to turn in all on his lonesome. And there's no support from his team to make space for him. Now he's caught in deep. He gets the Shadow Charge onto the Joanna. But that's never going to get the kill. Hinian squad backing off now. And Sidestep 1 gem away from a turn-in. And the way they're just dominating the control of this battleground right now, I wouldn't be super surprised to see them get the next turn-in. They're already about to be level 16. Diablo finally picks his level 13 talent there. That's a mechanical error that you hate to see, but we've all done it at one point or another. Oh my gosh, there's the Scarlet Aegis, there's the leap. Got the Purification Salvo. Cheese Sticks getting dropped down to 200 health, gets cleansed by this White Mane. Calvus is on the back line. Diablo dies in the front, vomits oh so many gems there. Odin not able to go pick that on up. Cujo on the retreat. And now all of a sudden, PsychoSwarm can barely get one. They can barely afford one turn in, and they're having to back off. Sidestep have 16s. Sidestep have a turn in ready to go. They might even look boss here if they catch Cujo. They might do it anyway. They say, hell yeah, we have 16s. They're going boss. We'll see if PsychoSwarm sniffs this out or if they go get the turn in. Looks like their sniffers are in order. But Odin's not going to be online. There's no Horrify for boss control. They see it, but they know there's nothing they can do about it. And now they're just kind of up here twiddling their thumbs. There's a pause. Cheese Sticks hitting that up. We had an equipment failure there. So we'll just kind of fill some time here while we wait for presumably someone to get batteries or maybe a really long extension cable. On the map here, Sidestep's taking a boss. It does have a fort and keep to go through before it gets core, so this boss certainly doesn't represent GG. Sidestep, however, does have enough for another turn in. Can I move around in this pause screen? Yes, I can. Magic Walrus is turning in 10 gems, which is not enough for a Webweaver phase. The gems are spread all over PsychoSwarm. So that means they won't get a Webweaver phase here to counter this boss. It's a tough spot if you're PsychoSwarm. I think what's really going to happen here... Yeah, I don't even like that they tried to rotate to the boss. Alright, well, we'll see how this unfolds. I would like to see them maybe rotate to bottom lane, get the siege camp, get the fort. Alright, and here we go. There's the unpause. I've become a master at that. Don't try that at home, kids. It's harder than it looks. You have to hit like 6 total buttons. Judai Panic gets caught in the Entomb there. Puppy gets burned super low, but they're not able to finish it off, and that led to an unholy clustering of PsychoSwarm. They get blasted by an Asmodean Orb, but they're all 5 able to make it out with just slivers of health. Now they're going to go back off, try to deal with the boss, dodging these Asmodean Globes. There goes the fort. Boss still at 50% health. Sidestep turning in gems to get Webweavers to supplement the boss push with. Looks like Asmodean going to be the one who does the deed. Yeah, Asmodean is 100% stacked. You guys are right in chat. Andy has tied us in, so he'll do all the chunking. Case in point, there's a huge chunk of damage onto Cheese Sticks. Here come the Webweavers. They're going to be starting about 2/3 of the way down the lanes. And we'll see where Sidestep chooses to put their pressure. I wish they would push bottom. I think that would be the best macro decision. To kind of get the catapult in the bot lane. That's the farthest lane from the boss. Gets the... Also because, like, you don't want to fight right away top. Because, oh shit, got a big Purification Salvo coming out. It drops Gul'dan. It drops the White Mane. Odin is popped in return, but it's not going to be enough to kill the Phoenix. Oh my gosh, here comes the Lightning Breath. Leoric is dead as well. I missed that happening. And now the Lightning Breath left Kaiser overextended. He's going to try to Shadow Charge in. It's not going to be enough. See ya, Diablo. This keep is in dire danger, and so is the game. 30 seconds on most of the death timers for PsychoSwarm, and yeah, Asmodean's fully stacked. This should absolutely be GG. Webweaver coming in from the bottom. Here comes a step up. Tychus not going to have enough damage to deter him unless he makes some kind of godlike play. Doing his best, but the shields are gone. 70% and falling. This is looking like it's absolutely going to be GG. Sidestep takes Game 3 after a misstep at Game 2. And there's the series, folks. Sidestep moving on in Div C West. Yeah, taking a peek at the post-game stats. Asmodean got fully stacked early. Just absolutely a beast that game. Never died. Turned in gems. probably the MVP of that match. But it's real easy to do when you have a solid front line like the Joanna Sonya, Phoenix augmenting your damage. Yeah, I think it was a tough one for PsychoSwarm. They weren't quite able to get the damage through. Their comp was a little wonky. Didn't quite have the burst to follow up the Leoric Entomb that they might have wanted, and they weren't ever quite able to get the kills rolling like they wanted to. 11-3 final kill score there in favor of Sidestep. There's the talent builds. Let me see if I can get someone from Sidestep for an interview. Go ahead and message Kelvs. Looks like we will be getting Robin Thicke in here. And we are headed here. And yeah, we should have them shortly.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, welcome to the stream. Sorry I didn't have you on stream, but now your mic is hot. Congratulations on your victory. How you feeling?
I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I can't blame you. You played 3 solid Sonya games.
I know, right?
Would you say that's one of your comfort heroes, or is that just what the matchups demanded, or what's the driving force there?
No, that's actually the play, like we just wanted to get me on Sonya. That's it. I didn't care what my team picked.
Fair enough. Yeah, and so you went Leap all 3 games. I think that's maybe not the standard choice, but you got a lot of value out of it, especially in game 1.
It's not the standard choice.
I mean, it's maybe not the meta choice, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I don't know. I haven't gotten that other ult in so long that I don't know how to use it. So
yeah,
Leap is the way to go.
You made a very strong case for it being picked more than it currently is. I really liked in game 1. You got a ton of value out of it, jumping on Zeratul to counter engage. Is that something you do a lot?
No, it's more like just jump on them and kill that person.
Fair enough.
That's the strat.
See someone, panic scream, dump all your buttons, get the kill. Sonya
Yeah, I don't know if you know, my team is like kind of timid, so I have to be the one there to get it going sometimes.
Fair enough. Sonya's a great hero for that, especially when you leap. That gives you even another step of engage over the ancient spear. So let's go ahead and talk through the series a little bit. Game 1 was your guys' map on Battlefield of Eternity, and I was a little curious. I guess, do you know your Hanzo built Q build? What was the reasoning there of that over the W build?
I just don't think he knows the meta, and
fair enough.
I'll be honest. I really don't know Hanzo that much, and I know he's pretty good at the game. So whatever he builds, I usually back it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one thing you always got to tell people in this game is, like, just because the pros do it or just because it seems like it's meta for one reason or another, like, you got to play the things that you're good at and the things that make sense to you. So I'm not gonna knock him, and it worked out great. You guys were.
That's why I picked Leap.
Yeah, and you were solidly in control of game 1. They got the one big team fight that sent you scrambling, where they had the Zeratul 5-man Void Prison. Did you guys talk in game? How did you guys adjust to that wombo combo style thing they were trying to do to you?
We didn't know they had a wombo combo until that happened, and it was like, oh, okay. And like, I just felt like we had a lead where we could like mess up a few times, so I guess it wasn't too bad at the end. If the game kept on going longer, I feel like we could have lost. But nah, we had it.
So I don't know if you saw at the end of that game, their Malthael had the buyback talent and didn't use it until your catapults had already done like 60% of the core's health and damage. That could have been ugly for you, but you guys squeaked through. Yeah, I guess I don't have a whole lot more for game 1, but game 2, you guys went to Dragonshire, and do you guys feel are you maybe a little uncomfortable with that map, or what do you think went wrong there?
Oh, I felt like we had a lot of melee, and our Asmo couldn't really get it going. So he had no stacks. We were a lot of melee. We didn't feel good about that one.
Yeah, but even so though, you were in the lead for a large portion of the game. It really turned around, kind of around that last Dragon Knight. All of a sudden, they found the big set of kills and put you away. Did you guys between game 2 and 3? What were comms like there? Who was maybe responsible for rallying the troops?
The comms were silent.
Oh no.
We were like, oh my god, that was so bad from each and every one of you. Y'all better pick it up in game 3. I swear to God.
Fair enough. But that you did. Asmodean seemed like he played out of his mind in Game 3. Tomb of the Spider Queen, maybe a little bit easier map for him to get stacked on. He was, it was like the, 8-minute mark, and he was as stacked as he was at the end of the previous game.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
actually, in game 3, he hovered over the Asmo, and I was just telling him, like, y'all, you better play better this time.
Well,
And
he
he
came
didn't
through.
disappoint.
Yeah, he did pretty close to the build I like to do in Asmodean, and got a lot of value out of it. Your Sonya was brutal, just absolutely keeping the forces off of him and Phoenix. You played a solid game. So around the time of the pause, you guys were looking at boss and looking at a web weaver turn in. Uh, did you guys come up with a plan during that pause time? Did you already have one going into it? How did that go?
I don't know. I feel like we had the game in the bag. Like I just thought like if I dropped 53 gems, I would have paused too.
Yeah, I don't remember who hit the pause button, but that was yeah, that was, it was a brutal loss. It went from they had a good chance of being able to come back to being pretty far out of it at that point. Um, yeah, I guess my final question in I don't know if you have like one person responsible for the draft or everybody's doing the draft, but you guys went with Rhaegar, and if you watch the game back, you'll see you get a bit of a. People weren't super excited about the pupper pick. Was that just a comfort pick, or
For Rhaegar?
yeah?
For Rhaegar, I think that was a comfort pick. Like we knew they had that like Leoric Diablo Gul'dan combo,
Mm-hmm.
and he was thinking of going to like Stukov, but we don't really trust his Stukov that much, so we just went with the Rhaegar.
Fair enough. It worked out. He was getting in there, getting lightning shield value. It looked good. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Thanks for coming on. Before I let you go, do you have any shout outs you'd like to make or places we can catch you streaming?
Oh, shout outs. I want to shout out Marlon, Steven, Chase, Jade, Qua, all my friends in the Key Boys Club. Um, and that's it. I do not stream.
Okay, cool. Well,
And
thanks.
I wanna force some Sonya bans.
It looks like it's warranted after this. I don't recall who you're playing next, but you might want to start dusting off another hero if the Sonya's gonna be
No,
banned.
my hero pool is real deep. I'm telling you that.
Fair
But yeah,
enough.
thanks anyway, man.
Yeah, cheers. Good games and best of luck moving forward.
Bye. See you later.
Cool. That was Robin Thicke from the winning team Sidestep. They won the 2-1 victory over PsychoSwarm. They'll be moving on in the Div C West playoffs. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Chat was a blast today. We're up to at least 27 people. At one point, I think it spiked to 30 some people. It was super fun to have you all here. Before you go, toss me a follow. You'll see I pretty much only stream casting hot stuff, so it won't be a bunch of me standing in my room silently playing some game. It'll be more stuff like this. So drop a follow. You can see when that comes back. It'll be more Div C West probably, unless people aren't able to cast games in the other divisions they've been assigned. Quick shout out to Steve Machine. Thank you so much for the follow. Shout outs again to Cat Peach and Shenanigans for the raids after the other NGS games. And shout out to all you lovely people. Thank you for watching. Tune in again soon. I'm Cody Kraz. I'm out. Have a good night. Enjoy your